What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Gameweek 30 deadline stream. We've got, how long have we got? We've got about 42 minutes until the deadline. So 42 minutes until the deadline. The deadline is at 11 AM. And we have a few things to discuss before the deadline. Obviously, one of the main topics is going to be Erling Haaland. He is pictured back in training. Pep has said he is ready to go. Haaland himself has tweeted that he's ready to go for tomorrow, or today. So, as a non-Haaland owner, it's incredibly worrying. It is extremely worrying, and I don't know what to do. What worries me even more about the whole Haaland situation is the fact that the game is on TV at 5:30, which just means Haaland will probably be up to make an absolute masterclass live on Sky Sports. So it's a really tough one. But to be fair, I had already planned to go without Haaland this week. Due to him being injured last week, so I think I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and accept whatever happens. Really, that is the plan. I'm just gonna change my bench because that bench is from last week. And shot at the end. Yep, there we go. So as you can see on screen at the minute, we have, well, this is the team almost locked in. We have Kepa, Botman, Chilwell, Trippier, Rashford, Madison, Fernandes, Matoma, Watkins, Stoney, and Kane. On paper, it's a good team. You know, if you were just to look at this team the way it is like this, you'd think that's a good team. I mean, Chelsea play Wolves away. Okay, difficult fixture. Newcastle against Brentford. I mean, Newcastle could score. Or sorry, Brentford could score. But then, you know, United against Everton at home. Leicester against Bournemouth at home. Good fixture. Aston Villa at Nottingham Forest at home. Another great fixture. And then Tottenham at Brighton at home. You know, you should expect Kane to score. But when you consider that I'm going without Erling Haaland for this week, then it starts to get a lot more worrying. So it does. Yeah, it really does start to get worrying. If you were to bring in Haaland, would you captain over Watkins? Yeah, I would. If I was to bring Haaland in, I'd captain him. 100%. But I don't think I am going to bring Haaland in. I think it would mess up my team too much this week. So it would. Because I don't want to take Madison out ahead of his fixture at Bournemouth. And then if I was to take anybody else out, it would just leave my team in kind of a mess with like some 4.1 random player just in the middle, or just sitting there that's just useless to me. Whereas if I wait until next week, I can actually do Madison and Tony to Grealish and Haaland, which I like a lot better. It's just making sure I don't, you know, it's a tough one where I don't want to make the move this week, but I also don't want to just completely destroy my rank this week by not having Haaland. So it's a tough one. Good morning, Brian. Hope you're having a good morning. Nice to see you in here. What's your team looking like this morning, Brian? Any conundrums? Because I'm a bit stuck. I mean, at the minute we have the armband on Watkins, but to be honest, I think it's gonna go to Fernandes. Or sorry, not Fernandes, Rashford. I might actually just do that now. I think I just prefer Rashford over Watkins as captain. Yeah, but to never back the early kickoff, that's the other thing. United's the early kickoff, and we should never back the early kickoff. So I don't know again. It's just a week of 50-50 decisions, I think. And if you end up getting on the wrong side, then I think it's extremely unlucky, in my opinion. But we could actually take a look at the predicted points for this week. So as we can see, obviously Haaland is top with 6.75 predicted points. His ownership is probably as low as it's been since the start of the season, with 72.6% people. Then we have De Bruyne and Mahrez. Fernandes is also predicted more points than Rashford, which is very interesting. I mean, if you'd watched the previous game, you would have seen that, I mean, Fernandes was playing so deep. He was almost playing as deep as the centre backs, with Fred and McTominay a lot further up the pitch than he was. So as a Fernandes owner, like, that's a big worry. I'm just hoping that this week Ten Hag plays him further forward, but I don't want to take the risk, and instead I think I'm just going to captain Rashford, because as you can see, Rashford's also up there in the predicted points with 5.83 predicted points for his Everton at home fixture. I mean, I expect United to keep a clean sheet, which will be an extra Rashford point, and then I do expect Rashford to be involved in the goal somehow. And then Salah up there, that's a big fixture. Liverpool-Arsenal, that'll be a really good fixture. Maddison's also up there, and Watkins is actually at the bottom of the predicted points with 4.94. I mean, I understand why he's there at the bottom. It's because he's, like I said in my transfer tips video, or sorry, my team selection video, he is like a budget Kane where he just consistently returns, but he never really seems to haul. So that's probably why his predicted points are so low. Brian says, brought in Haaland and Grealish for Matters and Isaac. That's my exact moves next week, so it is. That's my exact moves for this week. It's interesting that you've took out Maddison ahead of Bournemouth at home. I mean, I find that interesting, but I kind of like the risk. Undecided on Captain Grealish for a punt or Watkins. I would say don't overthink it and go Haaland. I really would. And if you can look at the predicted points here as well, I mean, Haaland's top. I think if you bring in Haaland, you have to captain him. I think I would captain him 100%. I would captain him this week. But I also don't think he's going to play 90 minutes as well, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think he's going to play 90 minutes. I think at most he'll get maybe 60 minutes and then he'll come off. He'll come off and rest for the Champions League games. That's what I'm expecting. But I mean, Haaland could score a hat-trick in the space of 3 minutes, so it really means nothing in terms of the damage he can do. So yeah, there's the predicted points. Is there any interesting? Reece James also up there with 5.17. I mean, I would have Chilwell higher than Reece James for predicted points, personally. I mean, Chilwell's been so unlucky to not get a haul recently. I mean, I'm really hoping this is a game where he pays back my patience, because he has been involved in almost like every single Chelsea attack in recent games. So we just have to wait and see. So yeah, this is my team. This is the way it's lining up at the minute. I might move over to FPL review quickly, just to show some possible routes I'm planning for the future. Just see what FPL review, the free planner, says. If I was to free hit probably in 32. Submit. Let's change this over here. Go. Just have a look. FPL review is a great tool if you're looking at kind of making moves and you just kind of want to see what their system kind of predicts points wise. You can have 3 different, on the free plan you can have 3 different plans. So this is 30. So say this week I was to take out, yeah, Maddison and Haaland, or sorry, Tony. Wait, let me do the forward first. We do Haaland in, and then we'd have 7.1 left over, which is just about enough for Grealish. Is that right? Is that right? How much is Grealish? Do we know? Oh, Rob says, brought Haaland back this week and captaining him. Yeah, I agree. Pep will want him to get some match fitness before Bayern, and Haaland will be desperate. Yeah, I completely agree, Rob, and I think that's a great move you've made there. I agree that he'll definitely want to get him minutes, but he'll also want to rest him before the game. But I mean, if Haaland even gets one half of football, I mean, he's a great option, and definitely a captain option if I was told him. Brian says, I was determined to sell Madison ASAP after the double and try to get ahead of the Grealish rush. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. It definitely is interesting for me. Right, so I would have 2 point. Right, so that's takes into consideration hit. So it's 5.31 or 53.1. Even if I don't make any moves this week, though, see up there, it's actually predicting me to get more points by not making the move, but that's obviously because of the -4, which is in there. I mean, if I could do a Tony to Haaland straight swap, then I would do it straight away. Unfortunately, I can't. But if we go to 31 and say we do that move then, so we do Haaland, or Tony to Haaland, and then we take out Madison, and we bring in Grealish. Yeah. Though it still predicts better points because I'm not having to take that -4. But it's still it's still tighter than I would have expected. I don't know what your guys' opinions are. Would you do Madison to Tony for a -4? Or sorry, Madison and Tony for a -4 to Haaland and Grealish for this week. And let's see, if we go transfer suggester and we go force include, we go, where is he? Haaland. So we want to force include Haaland. We're going to free hit on 32. Wait, did that save? I don't know. Shit. Yeah, it did, okay. Wait, what did I do there? Wait. Force include. Right, Haaland. Transfer suggest. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it's literally given me the exact. I'm definitely not taking out Chilwell. Rodri, no. So it's given me the exact move that I was considering making. That's interesting. That is really interesting. What if I was just to do Madison to Grealish this week? Yeah. I don't know, guys. It's a tough one. It is a tough one, everybody. I really don't know. Brian says, I call it the Madison fallacy. He can create all day, but Leicester can't finish. They always leave. I know, Brian. I know exactly what you mean. And it's the hope that really does kill you, because I captained Madison in the double because I convinced myself that this was going to be the time that he was going to get the returns. And he just didn't get the returns. And I don't know if holding him for this Bournemouth game is like just another kind of hopeless belief that he'll finally get a return and my patience will be paid off, or it'll just be typical Leicester and he just won't get anything at all and I'll miss out on points with Grealish and Haaland. I really don't know. Can you change the captaincy? No. I mean, it predicts Rashford as captain, which is interesting. We've got 29 minutes to the deadline and still undecided whether I actually want to make that move or not. Let's go do this again. Right, Madison Cruz. So it says it is delayable. I mean, it's 2.7 points should be the. Oh, I don't know what to do. What's good, Josh? Nice to see you in the stream. Hope you're having a good morning. We're currently trying to have some last minute tinkering. I'm undecided whether I want to do Grealish and Haaland in for a Madison 20 for a -4. I know, Rob. See, everybody's making good points. Everybody is making great points, so I think I'm going to throw a poll up. But also, it's important to play your own game. I mean, I need to. I don't know. I don't know why a -4 scares me so much. You know what I mean? Especially when I consider who I'm bringing in. I'm gonna throw up a poll, and everybody, please vote on it. Give me in chat your reasons why. So Madison to Tony to Haaland and Grealish for a -4. Yes or no? Right, there's a poll. But then, what if Grealish gets benched? Can you imagine if I did it and Grealish got benched? Oh, did he? I didn't even know that, Brian. So the #1 player in the world captained Madison last week. Oh, I don't know what to do, guys. So 1 vote already in the poll is yes. Right, let's leave that for a minute and we'll go look at the goal score odds. We'll take a look at the goal score odds. Just we have 26 minutes to decide. So the goal score odds, unfortunately, has Haaland top with 53% chance of scoring this week. Kane is followed closely behind with a 50% chance. And then we have Rashford, Watkins, Vardy and Mahrez. And then we have Salah, Wilson, Tony with a 31.5% chance. And then Maddison, the almighty Maddison, with a 31% chance of scoring. And then Felix and Darwin. So, I mean, there's no real shocks here. I mean, based off the double game week, I'm surprised Maddison's even featured here. Kane, it's good to see Kane up there, obviously, as a Kane owner. I think a lot of people would have sold Haaland, or sold Kane for Haaland. So it's good to see him up here. Rob says, can Haaland and Grealish score 4 points more against Southampton than Maddison against Bournemouth and 20 against Newcastle? I would say yes. I would say yes, they can. I would say yes, they can. I would say yes, they can. Let me just go back to... Okay, so that's the goal score odds. So Haaland obviously tops. I mean, that's all we need to say. Haaland is the top. Rashford also up there. But if I was to bring in Haaland, I'd probably captain him. So that's something to keep in mind. But if we go back to the main page... So Leicester play Bournemouth this week. Good fixture. And then they play Man City. Pretty sure it's Man City away. Yeah. Whereas Man City, what are their fixtures like? So we go to transfers. Man City's fixtures. Southampton away, Leicester at home, and then they blank. But I have my free hit. Then Arsenal, then Fulham, then West Ham, then Leeds, then Everton. I mean, like, I do like Southampton away. Like Southampton away, they're playing against easily the worst team in the league, in my opinion. So why am I overthinking it? That's the question. You know, why am I overthinking it? I mean, everybody in the poll is saying do it. And so if it goes wrong, I'm going to blame the entire stream. What are the fixtures actually like this week? So we've got the early kick-off United Everton. Then we've got Aston Villa. A load of 3 PM games. I mean, a load of 3 PM games. I don't have any Liverpool players. I think all my players play today. Leeds and Crystal Palace. Don't have any of those. Yeah, all my players play today. Yeah, that's what we're planning, George. That is the we're planning to do Madison. Well, we're not 100% yet, but we're planning to do Madison to... Where is he? I'm gonna have to search his name. Is he not here? Madison to Grealish. And then I think I have enough to do Tony to Haaland. I think. Do I? Yeah, with 0.2 remaining for a hit. So that would be the move if I was to make it. It would be Maddison to Grealish and Haaland to, or Tony to Haaland. But is there any City fans in the chat that would know kind of what the City lineup would be? Like what are Grealish's chances of starting this week? I mean, is he pretty locked in? Or not? If there's anybody in this chat that knows anything about Man City, please do let me know, because I want to be kind of certain that Grealish starts. I mean, what has his minutes been like recently? 88, 90, 90, 71, 90, 70. Yeah, I mean, he's been in great form as well, so surely there's no way he gets benched. I mean, surely. At least you'd hope so. Brian says, my team is Kepa, Trippier, Shard, Chile, Matoma, Rashford, Grealish, Saka, Keane, Haaland, Watkins, bench, Shaw, March, Gabriel. That's a lovely team. That is a really nice team. I think I discussed this. I discussed this at the start of the stream, but obviously with Lampard coming back in, I think Kepa is a big risk for any Kepa owners, including myself. I think he's a massive risk for this week. I would still start him, but I do think it's one to keep an eye on. Because Lampard and Kepa did not see eye to eye at the end of Lampard's previous spell at Chelsea. And this is actually a good time to look at the clean sheet odds, because it's pretty... well, the predicted points anyway is pretty close between Raya and Kepa. Yeah, Brian, he does seem locked, but it would be classic Pep roulette for him to get benched. So as you can see, Man City obviously top the clean sheet odds with 52% chance of a clean sheet this week. Then we have Man United, which is good to see as two midfield Man United owners. We have then Aston Villa quite high up. Obviously they're playing Nottingham Forest at home, so that shouldn't be that surprising. We have Chelsea then, fourth team with about a 40% chance of keeping a clean sheet this week. And then we have to go down to 25% for Raya. So the thing is, I would start Kepa, because if he does start, you've got a better chance of keeping a clean sheet. And if he doesn't start, unless something seriously bad happens to Mendy, he won't come on, so then you'll get Raya on anyway. So it's kind of a it's a no risk decision. Definitely it's a no risk decision this week, although it's one to keep an eye on for the future. Definitely one to keep an eye on the future. If we go back to the main page, Tom says start March and Matoma. I think everybody in the chat would agree that you would start Matoma. I think that's the move I would make. I would start Matoma. What's good, Keelan? I do not want to hear that Maddison is hauling. Please. You're really starting to worry me now. I think I'm almost pretty sure I'm going to make that Maddison and Tony move. I really do think I am. But yeah, Tom, your previous question, I would start Matoma, and I've started Matoma at the minute, and I've got March first on my bench. I just prefer Matoma a lot. Yeah, he did, Brian. That's actually so true. He had I'm pretty sure he took some sort of long shot that just went wide. Pereira to Grealish. I think you meant to say or Martinelli for a -4. Pereira or Grealish. Oh no, Pereira to Grealish. I would do Pereira to Grealish. I wouldn't go Martinelli. I think that Liverpool fixture could be difficult for them, and they have a lot of difficult games coming up in the future. Haaland, Rashford, Watkins, captain. If I don't bring in Haaland, then I'm going to captain Rashford. If I do bring in Haaland, I'm going to captain Haaland. But again, if we look at the predicted points for this week, we can see that Haaland is top of the predicted points via check the chance. So Haaland is top quite clearly with 6.75 predicted points. Rashford is about 1 point less than him with 5.83 predicted points. It's also important to remember what Gandhi said all those years ago, which is to never bite the early kickoff. United play at 12:30, which is the early kickoff, and then City play Southampton at 5:30 p.m. So it's a prime time Sky slot in the evening, Saturday evening. City looking to increase their dominance and chase down Arsenal. I mean, everything when you take into consideration just is screaming for a Haaland haul. I mean, I need to picture it this way. Do I think that Grealish, first of all, do I think Haaland will score more goals or return with more points in, say, 45 minutes than Tony will in 90? Yes, 100%. Do I think that Grealish will outscore Maddison? I'm not 100% sure. I am not 100% sure on that. But that is only because of the fixture. But I think when I have to take into consideration that Grealish is playing for Man City, Maddison is playing for relegation Leicester, then I think I have to make the move. So yeah, there's predicted points. Let's move over to the main page. Josh said had bench 1, Matoma match, McAllister bench March. Yeah. Haaland 4 goals. Southampton going to have not a slow plug ready for. I don't think that matters, Killen. I think City will be ready. Is Shaw worth starting over Chilwell? Nathan, if I'm being honest, I would start Chilwell. Although Shaw has looked dangerous, if we again look at the clean sheet odds, we can see that Chelsea have better clean sheet odds than Newcastle this week, and Chilwell is also extremely unlucky to not get a goal. He had actually a goal disallowed for a push in the Villa game. Shaw does look dangerous, but I would start Chilwell 100%. What else have we got? We've got 15 minutes left until the deadline. So Mukesh says Bruno and Tony out for Grealish and Haaland. I'm not sure about taking Bruno out this week. I'm not sure if I would take Bruno out this week. It's a tough one. I mean, if you could do somebody else, then I would do it. But I'm not sure about. It'd be interesting to see what the chat thinks. Would you take Bruno and Tony out for Grealish and Haaland this week? Let Mukesh know. Keelan says he wouldn't do it. Yo, play Botman over Saka, then I'll be playing Pope Trippier and Botman. I wouldn't do that. I would play Saka. And bench Botman. Grealish has a low ceiling. Keelan is trying to talk me out of this a lot. It seems telly to ditch Maddison before Bournemouth at home, lad. They play so open, perfect game for him. It's a tough one. I'm still undecided. This is going to come down right to the wire, my decision. I really don't know. Captain Rashford or Haaland. If I was bringing in if I had Haaland in my team, I would start him. He's higher on the predicted points than Rashford. He's not playing in the early kickoff. He's been rested. Start Pope or Raya. It depends if you have any other Newcastle defenders. Let's just quickly, I forget, so we're going to go back to the predicted points just to see where the clean sheet odds, to see where City are or Newcastle are. So Newcastle have a 34% chance, Brentford have a 25% chance. So that would say to start Pope, but it depends if you have any other I wouldn't triple up on Newcastle defence, but I would double up on Newcastle defence. Brian says coin toss. That's a good idea, Brian. We're actually going to do that in a second. I've got double Newcastle defence, Chilwell and Keba. Should I start one of Raya, Henry, or to avoid doubling up twice? I wouldn't, Tom. I wouldn't. That is actually my team at the minute, as you can see on screen. That I'm in the same situation with you. Double Chelsea and double Newcastle, which isn't ideal, but I'm happy. And I think Spurs are definitely going to score. So Jetski says, what's wrong with the early kickoff? There's nothing inherently wrong with the early kickoff. It's just the famous saying, I don't know if you've seen it on Twitter, the meme where it's the picture of Gandhi and it says never back the early kickoff. So that's why a lot of people go against the early kickoff. And to be fair, it usually does to come true, where the early kickoff doesn't seem to reward managers. Right, we'll do a coin toss. Hello Jeff, nice to see you. Hope you're having a good morning. Keelan says, my team: Raya, Trippier, Trent, Pinnock, Rashford, Maddison, Salah, Matoma, Keane, Tony Watkins. Yeah, if you're okay with not having Haaland this week, then just roll. I was gonna roll prior to this stream, and now I've kind of talked myself into taking the -4. So if you're happy with your team, then don't stress it. Right, so we're going to flip a coin, which decides whether or not I make the move. Tony or Havertz to Haaland. I would do Tony to Haaland, personally. Captain Haaland or Rashford? I would captain Haaland. Haaland's predicted more points. Okay, so we're going to flip a coin, and depending on the result, I'm going to make the moves. I'll probably make the moves anyway, not gonna lie. So heads, we make the moves. Tails, we don't. Okay, so heads, we make the move. Tails, we don't. Heads, we make the move. Tails, we don't. Fuck, it's tails. No, I think I'm gonna make the move. Fuck. See, that tells a lot, that my initial reaction was, not to do it, or not happy with not doing it. So I think I have to do it then. Who would you captain from your team? Who do you have? Raya, Trippier, Pinnock, Rashford, Maddison, Salah, Matoma, Keane, Rashford. I would captain Rashford. Keelan. I would captain Rashford. Brian says, love it, classic. No, I know. No, but I think I have to go against the coin. I hate this. I think I have to do the moves. We've only got 10 minutes. Jeff says 4.6 million for a defender. Who are you getting in? Let me see. What are the options here? 4.8. 4.6. Dan Burns a shout. Mings is also a shout. Mings is actually a great shout. Mings is a great shout. I would bring in Mings. Great fixture against Nottingham Forest at home. Bring in Mings. Right, are we making moves, guys? Are we doing it? There's 10 minutes left. Are we going to do it? Yeah, take out Shaw, yeah. I think we should do it. Yeah, I'm free hitting for 32 as well. Right, I think we have to do it. I'm so nervous. Why am I so... I hate deadline streams. I hate these deadline streams. I really do. No problem, Jeff. If you are enjoying the stream, please do drop it a like. If you are new to the stream as well, make sure to check out my channel. And if you enjoy the content you see, then please do drop me a subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. We've got 9 minutes until the deadline. I think I'm going to make Maddison and Tony to Grealish and Haaland. 4 and -4. I mean, it's extremely nerve-wracking. I don't know if I want to actually do this or not. I thought there was F1 on this weekend. Have we got any sort of early team news for United? I don't think so. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? Because Maddison isn't like high owned, so it's not going to destroy my rank. It'll just be like a pain. Right, I think I'm going to do it. Let's just, for the fun, just toss the coin again. Right, it says heads. We're doing it. The coin says heads. Let's do it once more. Oh, it says tails. Best of 5. Oh god, it said tails twice. I wish I'd never flipped it again now. I think we're doing it. Okay, we're doing it. flip. I'm nervous about doing this. Oh well, sure, just it's not that serious. I mean, it's a game at the end of the day. Have a bit of fun with it. You know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Rashford is the early kickoff though, and United with no Casemiro doesn't fill me with confidence. I think I'll just go for do what your gut says, Keelan. I would start Toma, Jeff. I would start Toma 100%. Just do the moves. You clearly want to do them. I do want to do them, but I suppose I'm stressed about Madison returning. But I mean, life's too short, guys. You know, we could all be dead before the City game even happens. So what does it matter? In the moment right now, I'm going to make these moves. So there we go. Confirm transfers. My second -4 in a row. Confirm transfers. Done. There we go. We've got them in. And we're going to put the armband on the meat shield himself. We're going to vice captain Rashford because we're all going to cry ourselves to sleep when Haaland doesn't start. And there we go. We are locked in for Gameweek 30. Oh, that's a relief. I made the moves. Madison is going to now haul. So anybody that owns Madison, you have me to thank for that. That's a cool wee emote, Rob. I like that. What is that? Is that just a thumbs up? It looks like somebody's holding a car out. Goalscorer odds again. We'll just take a quick look before the deadline. So obviously Haaland is top, 53% chance of scoring. Tony 31.5%. Madison 31%. João Felix. How do you say it? João Felix is also up there, 31% chance. The Champions League games, are they this Tuesday and Wednesday, I think? I'm not actually 100% sure, I haven't been paying attention. Yeah, they're this Tuesday. So City play on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. But Haaland will definitely get some minutes. There's no way he won't get any minutes. I mean, Haaland will definitely get some minutes in. It's just how many minutes. I'd be surprised if he gets anything less than 60 minutes, to be fair. I really would. I'm going to take a screenshot of the team and we're going to post it on Twitter. Another reason I can make that move as well is because I have the free hit in the back pocket. So yeah, I can make that move. So I'm going to tweet out my team now. How many minutes? 4 minutes to the deadline, so make sure your team's locked in. Sorry, 2 seconds. I'm just making a tweet, guys. 3 minutes until the deadline. So I just put my team live on Twitter if you want to check it out. Follow me on Twitter as well, at FPLFatherTed. Haaland will play and come off early after scoring. That's been the pattern all season. Yeah, completely agree, Brian. Completely agree. I mean, like I said before, if Haaland even gets 45, like Haaland is just so important to that team. And you know, in every way possible, he's just always involved. So he is. In every single goal they score, always involved. Yeah, see, Keelan, that's where it's different. If I had to take a -8 for Haaland, I wouldn't have done it. But the moves worked out pretty well for me, where I could do Madison, which it's a shame to lose out on Madison before Bournemouth's at home. But Grealish, at Southampton away is a good fixture in my opinion. All I had to take was a -4, and I think the -4 can be repaid. Especially if all I need is Haaland to score really, with him captain. That's all I really need. So we've got 2 minutes. I just want to check. I'm going to refresh this just to make sure my team is the way I want it. So we've got Haaland captain, we've got Rashford vice, we've got Grealish. Yeah, so we're pretty much locked in and set. Appreciate everybody that's joined in the deadline stream. If you have any last minute questions, fire them away, and I'll do my best to give my honest opinion. Obviously, I don't know what the future holds, so I can only give my opinion based on how I see it. Latvia probably. He is a serious player, so that's a wee bit of a worry. I'd love Chelsea to sign Latvia soon. Um, 1 minute until the deadline. I mean, the deadline streams are always so stressful, man. They are, and like every week I plan to have a stress-free deadline stream, and it just never turns out that way. It really does never turn out that way. No, Keelan, he's not coming to Liverpool. You can have Mason Mount. We offer you up Mason Mount as a sacrifice. Brian says free hit 32 will be huge. It really will, Brian. It will. It really will. I wonder how many people have their free hit left. But I mean, like, for those that have the free hit left, I mean, free hit usage in 32 will probably be like a 90% plus, you would have to imagine. And there we go. We have hit the deadline stream. Or wait, no, we haven't hit the deadline stream. We've hit the deadline. So that is us. We're set and we're ready to go. That was an enjoyable deadline stream, if I'm being honest. It was stressful, but it was definitely enjoyable. And now all we have to wait and see is what happens in the City game, really. That's the only game I care about this weekend, and the Chelsea game, obviously, as a Chelsea fan. But it's going to be interesting for sure to see how City get on against Southampton. I'm predicting an absolute destruction of Southampton. Yeah, if you can, see, that's the thing. If you can, if your team is good in 32, there's no reason to free hit. In my opinion, there's no reason to free hit. But I am currently planning to free hit in 32. It's my only chip, says Brian. Looking at Oscar's experts team, a lot of the top managers will free hit 32. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting too. And I think the free hit is my only chip left as well. So I'm planning the free hit in 32. I haven't actually watched the experts video in a while, which I really should, because the experts video is really, really helpful, because you get to see what the experts are doing, which is usually extremely helpful, I find. But yeah, that's a great little series. Keelan said I could even see if the free hit until 37. That would be sort of fun. I can't remember the double, so yeah, me neither. Thank you. Rob says thank you. Good stream. Keep it up. Off to the gym. Free hit 30. Have a great session at the gym, Rob. I hope you get the greatest pump of your life. and you grow stronger. Appreciate you stopping by, Rob. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you have a good day. Yeah, Keelan, the thing is, I get what you mean, and it would definitely be fun to kind of hold off and see what happens. Although for me, I just think my team, the best kind of chances are in 32. But I mean, going differential like that could definitely pay off, 100%. Sometimes it's nice to be differential like that, you know. Sorry, I got distracted there. Fulham double. So Fulham, Chelsea, United, Brighton, Liverpool and Newcastle all double in 37. Could do a great free hit in 37 with those teams. Also will boost my rank massively just before the season. Yeah, that's the thing. That could be a nice wee boost just at the final end of the season. You know, when everybody else has probably used their free hit and used everything else. So that's definitely something to consider. But I think that's going to do it for the deadline stream for this week. We're 4 minutes past the deadline. No early team news for United. So yeah. In the end, the poll with 24 votes had 71% said I should have made the moves, and I did make the moves. So now we just have to wait and pray that City go absolutely ham against Southampton. But I appreciate everybody that's been in the stream. I appreciate everybody that's liked it. I appreciate all the feedback. Appreciate all the help this week. Appreciate seeing Brian and Rob and Keelan and everybody else that's been in the stream this week. I hope everybody has a great game week. And everybody gets a green arrow. And yeah, that's about it really. I don't think I have anything else to say. The Champions League games are going to be interesting. That could impact next week's decisions quite a lot, depending on what happens. But yeah, that's going to do it for this week. Hope everybody has a great weekend, everybody has a good game week, and everybody gets a green arrow. And thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you some point next week, either in a video or in the deadline stream next week. So yeah, make sure to follow me on Twitter at FPLFatherTed. That's where I will be tweeting when I'm going live. And if you are new, please do subscribe to the channel. And yeah, that's going to do it. Appreciate you, Keelan. Appreciate you, Brian. Have a good game week and weekend, boys. And I'll see you soon. Peace.